Hi guys, this is AruvaChan, and today I just want to talk about when you are going through a hard time. Now, I know a lot of us have hard times in our lives, and I want to let you know that it's okay to not feel okay. For the most part, you experience good things and you're having a good time and you've got lots of friends, but in those moments that you don't and where you feel the most alone, you need to remember that you are not alone and you are allowed to exist and not be happy, and you are allowed to be mediocre, and you are allowed to be okay with not being okay. I know a lot of you will send me messages and ask, how do you deal with this? Or, what happens if you feel this way? And my response is always, you have to feel it. If you don't feel good, you have to feel bad. And it's not a bad thing to feel sad or upset or worried or anything. It's not a bad thing, and you should be okay with not feeling good sometimes, because you truly cannot be happy unless you're sad. There is always a rainbow after the rain, and there is always a better day. I know from experience that you aren't going to be happy all the time. And this is just the way life is. Life is sad sometimes, and life is unfair, and you have to find the good in the bad. If you are struggling, maybe ask someone else to listen to you. Having someone else there for you gives you peace of mind and gives you a little bit of relief from that weight that's constantly on your mind. You don't have to keep everything bottled up, and you don't have to go through life thinking that you are alone, because you aren't. You can ask anyone to listen to you, and chances are they will. Now, this isn't the case for everything, and I know this, and I know you know this, but this does not mean that you can give up trying. You deserve to be heard, whether it's by a friend, a family member, or even a therapist. You have the right to tell someone what's wrong. And for me, a lot of my problems were self-made and or silly, but they were real problems to me, and I decided that I wanted to make YouTube videos talking about them. And I got so much support from you guys, and you all said you were going through the same stuff. And I want to let you know that if you ever find happiness, or if you ever find peace from me saying anything in my videos, that these videos are for you. Not only are they for you, but they're also for me, and for a lot of kids and a lot of adults. It's hard to talk about this, but when you're sad, you're allowed to be sad. You're allowed to take as much time as you need, as long as you're not making yourself go under, so to say. You're allowed to take time to process, and you're allowed to be upset, and all of your feelings are very okay, and they're normal, because everyone goes through times like this. Things happen, and it's okay. It's okay to not be okay. And I want you guys to keep this in mind. Whenever you're feeling upset, whenever you feel like you're going to bottle, don't, because it's okay. You're okay to cry. You're allowed to cry. Even if you're a boy, you're allowed to cry. You're allowed to let stuff out in a healthy way, and you should. There should never be a point in your life where you decide, I'm too strong to feel. Because getting to that point means you're giving up. You're giving up on all of your emotional strength, and that's not good. It's not good, and it doesn't help you in the long run. Now, I know it's very hard, especially if you've been taught something like boys don't cry. I know this is such a big thing in our culture, where boys aren't allowed to cry, and they aren't allowed to feel, and they aren't allowed to show weakness, and it's okay. You're okay, and there's nothing that should stop you from letting it out. And this isn't a PSA on anything. I just want to give you guys a heart-to-heart, because a lot of you say you don't know how to express anything, you don't know how to get anything out, you don't know how to talk to people, so the next best thing is to cry. Cry, make a video, make a blog, write in your journal, do anything that can and will help you. For me, my escape was drawing. Whenever I was unhappy, I would draw something cute to make me feel better. And for the most part, it worked, but I still bottled everything else, and it turned me into a person who was bitter and who resented everyone else who was happy. And I got to the point in my life where I realized this, and I had other people show me that I didn't have to live like this, and that I could lean on someone else, and I could talk to someone else in case I was sad or upset, and I didn't have to keep everything to myself. I could let them in. And there was good people. There was good people who stayed and who talked to me and who listened to me, and even now there are people who are willing to listen to my problems, even when they're silly. And I always know I thank them after they listen to me, because it means so much. Being able to talk to someone about everything that's going on in my head and in my life and with my work. Being able to let it out has been the best thing for me. And I know when I was younger, I thought I was strong for holding everything in. And you're very strong, but it is the strength of keeping it back, of keeping it in, that hurts you. Because if you don't have anyone to share this with, you're going to explode. Your body will be able to hold it, but your mind won't. And you'll get to the point where you want to tell someone, but you feel like you can't, because it's been so long. Or maybe you'll get to what I did, and you'll, wait 4 to 6 to 8 years before you tell anyone why you were sad. And you'll miss out on all of the people who could have been your friend and who could have known you. Luckily for me, I still live in the place where I knew a lot of people who I wanted to be friends with, so I got the second chance to make friends with them. But it didn't help me in the long run. I'm anxious all the time, and I stress out, and I worry what other people think of me, and it keeps me from being my genuine 100% self around people. And it's hard to push yourself out of that if you're already in that box. If you have decided for yourself that you are going to stay in this box and you are going to be this person and you're not allowed to stray from that, it's hard to actually get out when you want to. And you should never let yourself get to this point. You live your life for yourself and live it to the fullest. Don't let someone else ruin anything for you. And if some person makes you feel bad about who you are, if somebody makes you upset and you don't know what to do, you're allowed to be upset. You are allowed to be angry. Even if it's a family member or a relative or, some random person on the street, you're allowed to feel. And you are allowed to be. You're allowed to experience this and process it any way you want, because that's your right. It doesn't matter if you're a kid and your parents tell you not to. You find a way to express yourself, because otherwise you will become a toxic person and you will not get any of those opportunities that the other kids get. Don't let yourself be the shy and quiet kid because all of the adults think that's what you should be. Let yourself be loud and let yourself have fun with other people, because in the long run, what other people want for you is not going to be right. It's what you want for yourself that makes everything important in your life. And for the longest time, I let myself believe that other people were in charge of me. And that really hurt me in the long run. I wasn't able to do anything for myself, and I'm still not. I still have a hard time being an adult, and there is nothing that I can do except try harder and do more stuff for myself and try to become the person that I was supposed to become when I was in high school or in college. And every single day it's something new. Alright guys, thank you so much for listening. I hope that you got a little bit out of this. If you did, and you want to share a little bit in the comments, please feel free. I always read your comments, even if I don't respond. If you guys liked this and you want to join my Discord, I have a Discord in the description, so you guys can talk. We always accept new people. We have tons of games, tons of roles for everyone to be in, and if you like me, stick around. I make videos all the time. Alright guys, I'll see you later. Bye!